Stop being a slave to your talent. What do I mean by that? Talent is a gift. We can all agree to that. But talent can also be your biggest curse. Talent can also be the biggest thing holding you back. A lot of artists are slaves to their talent, and that's why they never make it. What do I mean by that? There's a lot of artists, 99.9% of artists, let's say this, they fail. They don't make it, 99.9%. But one common trait that they have in common is they're always in the studio. They're studio junkies. Because see, making music, it feels good, right? So they become addicted. The new cocaine, the new weed to them, the new drug to them is studios. So they end up being a studio junkie. They're always recording a new EP, always recording a new album, always recording a new single, but they forget to handle their business. They forget to market their music. They forget to learn how to promote it, to get the music out there, to get it seen and heard by the world. So in that sense, your talent is actually holding you back, right? You became a slave to your talent. See, if you look at Spotify right now, you'll realize that 90% of all the music that's out right now, it sounds like shit. Yet, these artists that make shit sounding music, they're millionaires. And they're also platinum. So that shows you that it takes more than music to make it in music. Does that make sense? You don't just make it off of talent alone. You don't make it just off of having good records alone. But see, the problem is the music business is two words. It's music and it's business. Business is promotion. Business is marketing. Business is learning how to sell your merch to your fans. That's the business part. But most artists, they neglect the business part and they just go to the studio, being a studio junkie. They find a beat, write to it and record to it, upload it on Spotify, TuneCore, DistroKid, United Masters, post about it on social media, then they may shoot a music video, then back to the studio they go. And they just keep doing this circle over and over until they eventually get too old or they fail. You don't want to be a slave to your talent. That's the biggest thing that's probably holding you back. Being a slave to being in the studio, always looking for a beat to write to. See, think about this. And let me say this. There's no hater holding you back. There's no devil that's holding you back. It's you. Let me end on this note and give you this example. If the devil tried to hold you back, if the devil in red horns, right, the little red fork in the tail that it has, if that devil tried to hold you back, you wouldn't allow it. It would be too obvious. You wouldn't allow the devil to hold you back. But if I was the devil, you know what I would do to you? If I was the devil and I didn't want you to go platinum, if I didn't want you to be successful with your music, what I would do is I would curse your mind with so many song ideas, and I would curse your mind with so many hooks that you will always be writing to beats. You'll always be in the studio. Therefore, you will never handle your business. Therefore, I win. And that's how I look at a lot of you artists right now. I talked to an artist the other day. He said he has 300 songs recorded. Listen, I've worked with Jay-Z, Rihanna, some of the biggest artists in the world. They don't even have 300 songs recorded. Like some of the biggest artists in the world, once they die, they only have one or two albums to give us and we never hear any more music. You know why? Because platinum artists are always handling their business outside of the studio, and unsigned and independent artists are always in the studio making music, but they never handle their business. So you end up getting older and older with all these different songs, with all these great hits that you're uploading, and you're wondering, why am I not making it? Why am I not going platinum? And it's because you became a slave to your talent. You got good at only one half, which is music. But it's called music business. I call it business music. You got to handle your business first before you do music. The business comes first. The music becomes second. But a lot of you are music junkies. You're not supposed to be studio and music junkies like that, because then you end up being a slave to your talent. You're controlled by your talent. The whole point of you being an artist and wanting to make it is so you can be free to do what you want and when you want. But see, a lot of artists never make it because they get too caught up in the wrong thing. It's business music. It's not music business. Once you start treating your music like a business, then you'll be able to get the fan base that you want. Then you'll be able to get to that 6-figure, that 7-figure income. Treat your music like a business. Stop getting used to being an entertainment whore. where you're always giving out music. Hey, I got a new EP on the way. I got a new single on the way. Stop getting used to serving people for free and not getting paid because you're not handling your business. That's what an entertainment whore is. Even a stripper knows to stop dancing if they're not throwing any money. A lot of you have been doing music for so many years and you're always entertaining people. You're always giving them new music to dance to, smoke to, and have a good time. But you never make any money. You never have any merch to sell them. So you never have any paid shows, right? Because you're not handling your business. You've been tricked, my friend, and you became a slave to your talent. Start treating your music like a business and you will make it in the music business. Listen, I have a free music marketing masterclass coming up. It's going to be live. It's going to be virtual. You can show up on your laptop. You can show up on your cell phone. But if you're watching this and you're an artist and you know you make dope music, you just need the guidance. You just need the coaching. You just need the mentorship to show you the blueprints and the strategies to grow your streams, to grow your fan base, to get paid book shows, right? To build a six-figure music career without having to sell your soul to a record label. Then you want to be at this event. I want you to click the link below. Sign up. It's 100% free. The event is probably going to be an hour and a half. I'm going to give you a lot of music game and pull back the curtains and show you everything the record labels don't want you to know. Also, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure you share this with other different artists. I appreciate you rocking with me, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.